would be me. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. What are we on, Friday? I think it's Friday. Happy Friday. Good noon to you. Soldak, thank you very much for sticking with me for 38 months. 38. That's a number. Friday. Welcome to the beginning of your weekend, if your weekend begins on a Friday. I am here for not a long time, but a good time. Theoretically, that's today. I'm here for an hour and a half instead of our normal 3 hours because I'm going to take off early to get ready for raid testing. They're testing one boss today, and I want to be on time. I want to be in my group and stuff. So, and I also don't want to stream it because I'm a diva. So, I figure, you know what is, like, nice to do for, like, that amount of time is maybe some mod collecting. Although, polished pet charms, don't mind if I do. You know, like, if they're offering them. I have war resources. I don't need them for anything else. Can I do this? Maybe. Send that one off. What time is raid testing? I think it's 11 a.m. today, so like in about 2 hours. Thus the hour and a half. Does this mean expect YouTube boss guides? Expect nothing. I mean, yes, expect boss guides, but yes, that's what it means. Good noon hour. Our second winter storm warning of the week with quite a bit of snow so far. Oh, happy storming. Is there Voldenai? Yeah, I could do that. Let's do that real quick too. We're making sure we keep up with our emissaries. just for the sake of whatchamacallums, the Paragon caches, the Horde rep Paragon caches. Although Voldoon is so very far away. Yeah, okay. Maybe stick ourselves on a flight path and we can get ourselves sorted here. Yeah, just take me that way. That'll be fun. Otherwise, my bird's gonna run out of juice. Let's see. I have multiple pens on my desktop. That's not what we need. Toe oven, good. One of those. I'd call it a busy day. I don't know if it's really a busy day, but it's a day with like 3 or more things on the calendar, where normally I have like 2 things, and that's like if we're counting stream. And it'll all be fine. I just gotta stay on schedule and make sure that I eat stuff throughout the day. I've been sticking with my New Year's resolution of cooking at home more, and eating my groceries and not ordering out, and that's good. But it's been kind of an adjustment period, and I've had a fair number of meals that are effectively just assorted cupboard snacks. So there's nothing wrong with that. That's why I bought them. It's to gap bridge a little bit. But I did actually make that curry yesterday. I didn't think I was gonna because I was cranky, but I did do it. Hello, how you doing? Happy Friday. I want to crank out 4 world quests out here. There should be some nice easy ones. There's a boss. There's a boss. There's a boss. And then, and there's one too, but there's also, you can just kill 8 random things and then call it good. Nice. Oh, and there's a boss. I say it all the time. I miss this era of world quests. I saw not a thing wrong with dropping from the sky to blow up a boss. I know during the expansion there was like respawn times and stuff, but even then it wasn't bad. Do you get to order out at all? So before the new year, we had been ordering out maybe a little bit too much. It wasn't really part of the plan, but you know, stuff happens. You get tired and then and also it doesn't help that there's like a lot of really great restaurants around here. There's like a ton of options. So that my New Year's resolution was to order out less. We do still have in our week, we have one night that is takeout night. It's Monday, so if you have anything that you like want during the week, you gotta like make a note of it so that you can bring it up on Monday. And the funny thing was last Monday, which was the first one I think of the last Monday was the first one of the new year, because the Monday before that was still last year. You know, like our first takeout night finally comes around, we're like, I don't know. What do you want? It doesn't sound as good as it used to. It's crazy. April Fools, you should put out a raid boss guide for really obscure old raid like AQ20 or something. Oh, deep cuts. Friday's been pizza night for me and my family growing up for like 20 years. It's nice to have little traditions like that. Went that one, and then I was gonna do. Yeah, I'll do that one. That'll be good. There's, I think, at least one, if not two, toys from the Voldenai rep overflow cache that I'm theoretically farming here. Yeah, Gold Tusk in Breakfast Buffet and Mira's Jukebox. These are not new rewards, but I never got them back in the day, so that's what I'm doing here. Been trying to climb the rank ladder in MTG Arena. Fridays always take at night, so this moment gets a night off. Working on mecha done. Are you having mecha fun? There we go. That's the one. Hi, kitty. Would you like to come sit on my lap? You're waiting so patiently. You were wandering around this morning, trying to weave your way around a hyper dog who was just going bananas because he saw his friends in the morning walk. And then there was just commotion, there was kids on bikes, and he was just going crazy this morning. And then you were like a nice, polite little kitty being like, hello, excuse me, I'd like to come... I think she wants something. I think she might be cold. It's kind of cold in here. I can't tell right now because I'm wearing really warm clothes. I've got like my deep winter pants on for some reason. I think I woke up and I just felt indulgent. This way. Apartment close to the front of the complex around a corner. Recently a car slid into my building and bulldozed through my neighbor's apartment. Might be moving out of fear. Oh, that's crazy. My one fear was being at the front with bad drivers, and I was in fact right. Jeez, that's terrifying. That is insane. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that you think is never going to happen. And then it does. Went back to Mechagon Island because ATT told me of a secret nuclear red color I was missing. That's rude. Of the add-on. I feel like I would want it to take that secret to its grave. Arya, did you get it? Bloodwing Bone Picker. Oh yeah, you have to upset it. There we go. Nice. There we go. That's another one. And then I was gonna do this one. Dad has a girlfriend got drunk, drove her car into his bedroom. Yikes. Yeah, let's keep cards on roads. Maybe. Perhaps. Oh, jeez. Okay. I used to love doing this one. I used to get myself killed doing this world quest actually during BFA because I would be way overconfident and I would just AoE pull 14 things at once and then they would kill me and I would be deeply embarrassed. And then maybe one more. Yeah, over here. That's the easiest 127 gold I ever made. Remember back in the day? That would take you weeks. Weeks, I tell you. Hey, and that's the emissary. We can just go turn it in. Nice. No one was home. Someone was in the apartment above them. Collapsed into floor 1. Oh. That's scary. I want to... Ta-da! Okay, so that was 1500 Voldenai rep. Now sitting at about 6740. And, it does not appear that any of the world quests that I need are up. I can check on an alliance character, but I did not successfully complete lending a hand. I did log back on later. I corralled Flabby and I went to go try it, but it was expired by then. So it was just kind of a bad luck sorted day. I think I'm gonna try very briefly. I'm gonna log in briefly to an alliance character just to double check the world quests now that I know that they're different for alliance versus horde characters. But I think I want to spend the rest of my morning Mog farming. That sounds right. We had started Maw Souls Heroic. We had done a Maw Souls Heroic run. I was trying to get Mog out of that. People are talking about the zone locking thing for farming. You could start that at the bottom. You could start that at the top. I could do that for Siren Isle, and it would be like current content and collecting. But then I would have to figure out what's going on with collecting the Siren Isle. I still don't really know. Haven't really done it. If I start with all the old stuff, then by the time I get caught up to the Siren Isle, it'll be 3 expansions later, and I can one-shot everything. Oh dear. Yeah, world quest over. Let's see here. My World Quest Achievements add-on does not have anything for my BFA one. It also does not have anything for my War Within one, so that means the Orphan Quest isn't up. Evidently, there is a... Oh, the rare has a chance to drop a scroll, maybe. Because the World Quest can't possibly drop a scroll. And then fishing around the isles. What are these world quests that I like? What are these achievements? I've never even heard of them. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about any of that. Let's do... I don't think I can get away with just leaving this character here and hoping that it just pops back up. I can always come back out. I'm going to do the Maw of Souls again, actually, because I was just thinking about it. Why not? I wanted to get as many things as I could from Heroic Maw, and I needed a few more items still. Weekly quest, turn in fire and spend iron, log on to alt. I know I want to go out to the Siren Isle to do my kelp dragon dog, my swamp, my snapdragon daily, but I apparently don't want to do it that badly because... What did I say I was going... Oh yeah, I was just going to fly there. I apparently don't want to do it that badly because I am not out there right now. I guess I figure I'm just going to, whenever the weekly pops up, or, you know, when I go back out there for another reason. It's just the daily takes a little bit too long. And it's a little bit too wide of an objective for me to stomach doing it on its own. When there's other things, like when I'm filling up the weekly bar, it makes total sense to do it because you're doing it at the same time anyway. But when it's just the one quest and you're like, I guess I gotta feed my dog today. In-game. Don't worry, the IRL dog gets fed. But it's just kind of hard to muster up motivation. What made us pick Maw of Souls? It wasn't all the things random roll yesterday. I don't know to what degree I'm going to be stubborn about getting everything from it. Especially, yeah, I don't know. But I figure I'll go give it a whirl and see. It's a pretty fast run. I could pretty easily hit instance cap doing it. I don't know if that's a good thing, but I only have an hour and a half to stream anyway today, so if I hit instance cap, then maybe that's my stream. Because we're already 17 minutes in. Pretty sure I've been to the Siren Isle one time. I think I'm just going to sit it out. It might be a good one to kind of go back to, like, a couple years later whenever it occurs to you. Because there are, like, cool collectibles out there. And I think it's going to be more of a fun zone if it doesn't feel like homework. Like, if it's just kind of a place that you're exploring and being like, oh, this is actually kind of a neat thing. When there's no, like, time pressure on it or you don't feel like you have to get the ring or whatever. Oh, hey, well, the thing's up now. It's so weird that it wasn't shown the other day. So I want to do Heroic, because that's the one that's like one lockout per day. And that's where I need the most Mog from. I may also decide to come back and do it on more than that, but we'll start with Heroic and see how we do. So I need 7, 9, 6. I need 6 more pieces of Mog. 1 from Imeron, 3 Harboron, 2 Helia. And that's why I'm here. Should be a nice fast one. From the other difficulty with the shared thing, there's actually only 2 appearances that I'm missing from those. So I think that if we finish... I mean, I could just kind of like repeat it on another character. I think though that if I'm going to spam farm this, it's probably not going to be on this character because Shadow Priest kind of sucks for this. What did I get? I got a breastplate, but it was not the shoulder guards of Bane. We've got 3 things that we could get from Harboron up here. This is what I thought I was going to be doing basically nonstop after they let us learn armor drops from other armor types. It's like, you're not going to peel me out of the instances. I'm just going to be living my life in there 24/7. Any instance. Pick an instance. Pick an instance and run it until they won't let me do it anymore. And a partridge in a pear tree. Okie dokie. This one. Up the hill. Around the corner. You know, lovely ghostly green color. That's nice. Profession thing does it want? Blacksmith. Oh, it's a blacksmithing tool. Is it really moggable? I don't know. I don't think so. I've been wanting them to give us transmog for profession equipment. I don't think they actually did it though. Ooh, I got the manacles. That's 1 piece off of Harboron. Let's go see if we can get deckhands or a slack-tied girdle off of Helia. That would be kind of nice. Getting the other armor type, such a good quality of life upgrade. Oh man. It makes me want to clear out at least dungeon and quest mog. Dungeon and raid and quest mog, which is, you know, a huge project by itself. Especially because there's things that even considering, they're still rare. Alright. Hi, Elliot. Good morning. Happy Friday. Never noticed that she's got like large finned ears. Her ears are like fins, which are not usually ears. You know, when you find them on like a fish or something. Big projects sometimes welcome. Sometimes nice just to have something to do. I did a little more satisfactory off stream and I got up to coal power, but then I was like roaming around looking for coal. Not to like start because it was already getting kind of late, but just to have a little look-see, and it was all like up a cliff or off a ravine or something, so I haven't really sorted that out yet. That's kind of a later me problem. Visiting the doctor again. I don't know how she's gonna keep her practice open. She's losing all of her patients. Okay. Are we gonna get... Oh, I have to wait for combat. Here we go. I got the Slack-Tide Girdle. That is one of the two things I needed. Nice. Okay, so I'm gonna just take this character home, basically. It's not that hard to get out there. So I'm gonna go out to this dungeon, and I'm gonna run it again on one of my hunters, I think? And then I might do it on normal after that to try to get the last two pieces I need there. But I want to try heroic first, because that's the daily locket one. Okay. Congrats. Oh, thank you. 100%ed Ragefire Chasm, and that made me happy. I can't imagine a harder dungeon to do. Couple evenings of slamming my head against the wall, I got confused Zekvir down to my warrior, which felt good. Congratulations. That's gotta feel nice. I mean, that is what you said. that is what the words at the end of your sentence meant. Oh, man. Sometimes I want to engage in a conversation, and I want to, like, not repeat what somebody said, but, like, confirm that I heard them in a validating way. And I can't figure out the right way to do it, so I just end up sounding like an idiot. Like, I'm just, like, rephrasing the thing, but, like, it just doesn't work well. I don't think that was an example, but I struggle with that sometimes, because I just want to show that, like, I was paying attention, and I understood, and I appreciate it, and I'm listening. And then I just end up just, like, doing the cuckoo bird thing. I was gonna use my Dalaran Hearthstone, so we can go to Mom Souls. You did okay. We're all okie dokie. Positive Potato over here still believes in me. Even though they may be a tiny potato. What did I do with potatoes yesterday? I roasted them. I roasted them with some rosemary. I wasn't even making like a big meal. I just had a little dish of them as kind of a snack. Just like roasted cubed rosemary potatoes. You know, what are you gonna do? Start with, so to make sure I understand. Then I ask my question. That's nice, dear. Okay, we're going. We're going back to the Mob Souls. Favorite type of potato? I buy russet potatoes because they're real cheap. So I'm partial to them because that is most of the potatoes that I've had in my life are the cheapest possible russet potatoes. And they do the job well. They're nice and starchy. They're a good size. They look like a classic potato. And that's usually what I'm looking for. I will sometimes buy, if it's like a holiday or a real special occasion, those little tiny ones. And I'll roast those whole or like in halves if they're big, but like the little yellow soft ones that are kind of, I don't know, different in flavor. And those are quite nice, especially if they're fresh. But that's less potato and more fancy, you know, holiday side dish kind of thing. I normally just get the biggest bag of potatoes for as little money as possible. I do eat seafood. I am a pescatarian. I occasionally will catch some too. I do a little fishing, I do a little crabbing. Sometimes I get a little crabby. Like the Yukon Gold. Mm-hmm. What's the go-to apple type for my apple enthusiasts in here? You're at the store, you're buying fresh apples. Just to eat, you know, just to have in the fridge and like eat and stuff. What are you going for? What's the variant? Honey Bun's got ambrosia. BK's going nuclear with the Granny Smith. I buy those to bake with. I don't mess with just eating them though. They're too sour for me. Dungeon difficulty correct. Here we go. Love me a Honey Crisp, Pink Ladies, Red Prince, Washington Red. I've never heard of a Washington Red or a Gravenstein. I love Honey Crisp. Honey Crisp are really yummy, but you're right, they're expensive. I usually will get whatever's on sale, but if I can find a Fuji or a Honey Crisp, that's usually the move. I appreciate apples though, because like carrots, they can last for quite some time in your fridge before they give up on you. They really give you a chance. Anything that, yeah, I don't like Red Delicious either. I really don't like them. They look pretty, and that's the only nice thing I can say about them. Golden Delicious good too. I have oranges in my fridge, just like whole oranges, because they were on sale. And I was like, this is a fruit. I like the idea of oranges, but I don't actually know how to eat it. Like, I know how to eat... sorry, that sounded dumb. I know how to eat the mandarin oranges that you can just kind of peel by hand. But when you get like a big, tough, you know, tough old proper orange, I don't really know how to peel it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I feel like I'm just going to mangle it with a knife is what I'm going to do. Blood oranges on sale. I'm excited. I farmed some gold towards the new Longboy. I got an infusion last minute as a holiday gift for my friend. Got those into slices and then eat it from the peel. When we're saying slices, are we saying like wedge slices like you would have a lemon wedge? You just cut the orange out the same way. Do you think we'll see a new class or new spec in Midnight? Maybe? I wish I had something more interesting to say. I don't know. I would be fine if they never add any more. Specs and classes are something that I feel like you have to be really, really careful about adding in, and only do it if you've got a really good concept, because the game has to forever be balanced around their presence. It's not like a race where if nobody plays them and it's just kind of not a thing, it's not really a problem. Hi, Hazel. Hi, folks. Hi, Nordenheim. How you doing? So far, nothing good here. We're hoping to get deckhands off of Helia. How's it going today? So far, so good. We're getting by. We're making it do. I picked my clean laundry off the floor and I put it on my bed, so I haven't folded it yet. But it's, you know, it's going to be looking at me, so that maybe I'll fold it later. Replace Aqua with something else. Like eating grapefruit, sometimes lemons like oranges, cut into slices. New classes. Survey sent to EU players about new classes they'd like to see in the game. Oh. Hi, kitty. I was debating canceling my yoga session later today because it's going to be kind of a busy day with stream and then raid testing and everything. And I was like, what if I'm tired? Because I was so tired yesterday when I went, and then I thought, you don't talk yourself out of it before it's even happened. Maybe it'll be great. You don't know. So I'm gonna just go anyways and hope it's better than I'm anticipating. If it's a really busy day, we'll just, I don't know, sleep good at the end of it. See you later, kitty cat. This month's training post was pretty good. I actually spent some tender, which I have not been doing up until that point. Any deckhands? Seaworthy deckhands? No seaworthy deckhands. Alright. Well, let's try it on. Let's do a little run of normal to see if we can. There's two things specifically that we want from that difficulty. And I'm right here, and this is a pretty fast character to clear it on. So I'm not giving up on heroic, but I do want to do, one or two and see if we can get one or two of those pieces. Oh. But I reset it. Oh, I reset it, but I didn't change the difficulty. Oopsie daisy. Don't mind me. What could it say about someone if they love sour stuff? Psychologically? I've never heard of that before. You're too sweet, need it for balance. That's funny. Is that why all the nicest people are the ones that are drinking like straight black coffee? They're not bitter enough in their real lives. They need to consume it to even it out. It's not me. I haven't gotten on the straight black coffee train. I'm not adult enough for it. I'm not woman enough. I gotta grow up. It's hard. I like my oat milk. I buy my oat milk and I put it in my coffee. Normal. That's what I wanted to do. There we go. I think Freud would agree with that. Oh man. Bitter in real life too, and I love black coffee. How to do an awful glucose test? Like drinking straight concentrated pop syrup. Oh, I've never heard of that. That sucks. Oh dear. Hopefully good results. Okay, all right. Hot coffee, milk and sugar. All right, come on, Emeron. We're looking for shoulder guards of Bane here. Would be lovely. Thanks. But and then Harboron has bleak underworld treads. I actually don't need anything from Helia. The main reason to push forward and do it is probably just to get to the teleport out at the end of it. Did a glucose test in school. We know the pain of it. Absolutely awful. I don't think I've ever done that. Waiting for them, but I think I passed. If you want more bitterness, you could always switch to a game like League. I bet you there's things I could do in WoW that would get me nice and bitter. Arena. Farming for, I don't know, something. There's probably some farm in this game that is so gross and not fun. Soundless. That would make me kind of cranky. Just the waiting, the endless waiting around. Nat Peggle, best friend. Listen, Nat Peggle loves me. Nat Peggle sends me a Christmas card every year. Oh dear. Alright, come on, Harboron. Bleak Underworld Treads, please. Thank you. That's nice, actually, because that means that if I want to crank out this last piece from normal Mob Souls, literally all I have to do is the first boss, and then I can just run out and reset. So that would be kind of nice. Do I want to use up all my instance lockouts today on that? Maybe. I don't know. Could try it like a few times. You're just trying to get one item from him, and he's only got a pool of 8, and they're dropping 2 each, so it's not, I mean, it's not guaranteed to happen, but could do. Do the Nat Peggle best friend in Pandaria as it's meant to be, not cheating with the garrison. Well, they're different reps, aren't they? I know they give different mounts. The Pandaria one gave the blue bug, and then the WoD one gave red. I remember I did both of them, and I was weirdly proud of that. Have you seen the unfortunate visual change to Marksman Hunters in the PTR? I have not. I'm sorry to hear about that.
No, this is not what manner of creatures are you?
Ellie, where you going? Come back. I don't even need your loot. I just want to take the nice little teleport off the boat. Angler's fishing raft, favorite toy in the game. Spam spacebar. It's a speedboat. There she is. Alright, how we doing? Yeah. Apparently. Not a new appearance to learn, but like a new item ID. I'll take it. A little pink text. Shall we do like another one? For farming it on heroic, I'm gonna need to move a bunch of characters, but for just getting that one piece on normal, it'll be fine. Do it. All right, shoulder guards of Bane, please, sir. I do love farms where you can just reset it and try again really fast. I mean, this dungeon in general seems great because of how quick it is to do. It's no Violet Hold. Speaking of Violet Hold, there's always Violet Hold. Yes! We did it! Alright, shoulder guards of Bane are done. I am now fully collected on normal and mythic Mob Souls because they share appearances. But I need 4 more pieces from heroic, so that means I think I'm taking some more characters out here. Also, I can just hearth her back. Tell me a tail achievement for Island Expeditions. Just awful. I don't know. Easy. It's nice when it happens on the first try. That's convenient. Appreciate that. Okay.
Only the finest goods.
So many things in all of things. Whenever I've left it up in an instance, and then I change zones and I come to some place like Zoldazar, it always makes me panic a little bit. Okay. So she's all good. I left the inn to try to log out. That's not right. Let's do this. And then I've done it on these two. Let's take this one. Mob Souls time. Have at it. They at least have dollar on Hearthstones. It's nice. I buy transmog when it's under like 100 gold. I buy really cheap pieces. I don't buy expensive transmog. Unless if there was something I was just absolutely dying for that I really wanted to specifically use and not just collect for something, I would consider spending gold for it. But usually if there's something like that, I would look at that and be like, I'm gonna farm it. I'm gonna figure out how to get it. And it might be an awful farm because it's so expensive, but I'm gonna try to farm it and do it that way. Glad I completed Farewell to Arms. That was a pain. I had a bad time yesterday with the hand thing. It was self-imposed to some extent. If I had enlisted help, that would have been fine. Or even taken a different class of characters, set it up with world quests, put it into war mode and taken it out there. That would have been fine too, but, you know. I know a little bit more for next time. It'll pop back up again one day. Nothing to do but your best. Blue Conservatory Scroll. I wonder what the drop rate is on that. My World Quest Achievements add-on keeps telling me about it. It's a toy that drops from a rare in Eridath on Argus. And the rare is up because our World Quest is up right now. It says a 13% drop rate. That's funny. There's 3 scrolls. There's red, yellow, and blue. The red and the yellow scroll toys have 15-minute cooldowns, and the blue one has an hour-long cooldown. Just a bit strange. Blizz accidentally pushed a Cataclassic update that had mob stuff. I did not see that. That's hilarious. Like, playable, accessible in the game, or just in the files? Dungeon difficulty heroic. That's what we're doing here. Yeah, I might try that. Try that rare for that toy. It doesn't sound like it's super difficult to get. Although, famous last words. Okay. I have to remember where this instance entrance is because for some reason sometimes it does not want to show me the little blue thing on my map. I was just here though. Is over kind of by the flight path, I thought. Or like here-ish? No. Wait, why am I lost? Some of these characters don't... Oh no, this one doesn't have dungeon entrances at all. Hang on. Map filter. Dungeon entrances. Yeah, some of them for some reason... It was working on my other character. Some of them, maybe it's a quest or overlap or something, does not want to show the Mob Souls entrance specifically. It's weird. Oh, I think I'm on the wrong side of it. It's over here. Hazel, did I tell you what I picked up yesterday? I don't know if you did. What did you pick up? Got the Mariner toy yesterday. Nice. Alright, we got 4 items we're after here. I don't know why I said 7. We need 4 things. We need the Heroic Tint, Shoulder Guards of Bane from this guy right here. That's our first objective. I feel like I haven't tuned in for 18 weeks. Hi, buddy. How you doing? We've been doing meta achievements. No Bane. And I'm doing a little mock farming today. One little bitty baby stream. Good morning, or other time zone. Let's see how long my ISP lets me stay connected today. Oh, that's not a fun game. Sorry to hear that. Do you get like a weather-based interference or just an unreliable ISP? It always sucks when your ISP just like lets you down and doesn't deliver what they promised, but it's such a monopoly that you don't have other options. Trying to persuade myself not to spend my tenders this month. I got one of the 2 dog pets, 2 of the 4 skirts, and then I got the Phoenix mount because they hotfixed it so it does in fact skyride, and it was really pretty. I think that's where I left it. So I did manage to save. I might have spent all the tender that I earned this month, but I didn't dip too far into my savings. All right, 2 things from here: Seacrest wrap or void touch wrist plates. Let's go. Darn it, no luck. I think I'm gonna leave these characters out here. Like the alts that I'm not playing regularly. I think I'm just gonna sit them in front of Mob Souls because we might be, you know, might be coming back. Only have 1K. Went ham the last few months. We're gonna be able to earn more next month. February is gonna be another month where they're gonna give you extra tender or give you the chance to earn extra tender. So that'll be good. Although I'm sure there will also be lots of stuff to buy. That's usually how it goes. It's a cute Christmas elf. Yeah, she's got the yeah, she's got the red-nosed reindeer hunter pet. This is the hunter I did it on. Next Tuesday is Plunderstorm. Ooh, that will keep me busy, won't it? Alright, Hellion needs to drop me seaworthy deckhands. Would be lovely. I like that nose. They did a great job on it. I just love that it has actual in-game lighting. Like you'll see it light up the area around the reindeer. It's just such an important touch for a Rudolph reference, you know? If he's not lighting up the night sky in a storm, then what's the point? He's just funny looking. Happy for people who are happy for Plunderstorm. Aw. Rich purple pattern from a chest and RFD in 1 minute. And it's 1,000,000 gold. Ho 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 ho. Carry a foldable cane. Happy to once more give praise to the Stormwall. Nope, no luck there. Gosh. So I'm gonna leave her here, just logged out for the future. Yes, I can show the Phoenix man. No problem. Trading post. Brilliant Sunburst Peafowl. This is the new one. We also have it in blue. From a previous one. So that's something to consider if you had it in a different color. You may not feel as motivated to get the yellow one, but I got both of them because I like them a lot. Nice birdie, pretty tail. Not the best lighting out here, but you get the idea. The fireflies are a toy, that's not the mount. Yeah. It's a good one. I feel better about getting this than about a lot of the trading post mounts that I've like kind of skipped or been on the fence about because I had the model already. Plus it runs, you know, like it actually runs on land too. Looked at the rewards for Plunderstorm. Some of them are cool, mostly recolors. Don't think it's enough to get me back into Plunderstorm again. I find the story of Rudolph tragic. He was ostracized until they realized he was useful. Yeah, I watch almost every year the old Rudolph Christmas special with like the felt ones and Hermie the elf and the, you know, Yukon Cornelius and stuff and the Isle of Misfit Toys. I love that movie. But the beginning of it's real rough because Santa's like, oh man, what a shame. His takeoff was so good. He could have been such a great reindeer if only he wasn't so funny looking. Sucks. Even Santa was mean. It was awful. Oh dear. What's going on here? Oh, it's because I logged in a plate character. I'm like, whoa, there's all kinds of world quests that can give me things that I could use. But they're, and I mean, there are, that's true, but it's just a bunch of plate stuff. Love the Island of Misfit Toys so much. I'm going. We're not giving up. We're not giving up on heroic mob souls. Although I'm gonna just like have a little look-see in Aradeath. I just wanna take a stab and see if the toy is just gonna drop for me, you know? It says like a 13% chance. And this is a bit shorter than I remembered, right? What happened to him? Oh, he walked on an atomic recalibrator. That's what happened to him. I think this is where we're going, Instructor Tirana. They had a flying reindeer mount at some point. I mean, isn't that what the holiday, the preserved holly does? It just turns any mount into the reindeer during Wintervale. They might just like keeping that one for Wintervale specifically. Wait till you ATT random a mog from the invasion portals. Oh, jeez. I don't know. I like myself, so I feel like I'm willing to give myself rerolls if it gives me something that's that awful. Alrighty. One toy, please. Just hang out up here. That would be nice. Can I get lucky? Nope. I was hoping. Anyway, let's do that, muscles. Just a chance at a blue conservatory scroll toy that I just don't have. Although, you know, like if I'm already out here and I'm in Legion, I'm on Aradeath, there's literally... Oh, it's a Seal of Triumvirate quest. Never mind. I don't want to do the whole dungeon. It's like, it's transmog. You take me back to the boat. Raid or Mythic Plus on stream? Raid, never. I do raid, but I just raid off stream. Mythic Plus sometimes on very occasionally, but like usually earlier in the season when I'm doing keys all the time. Sometimes my friends will want to do keys and I'll be streaming and I'll just kind of pop in. I had not heard that about the Isle of Misfit Toys. That is wild. Invasion portals aren't that bad. Just have to wait for the right ones to be up. Okay. Oh, I didn't even think about all the Legion legendaries in there. Their appearances, that's a whole thing. That's a whole farm I don't even want to think about. Class hall. Oh yeah, class hall sets. Yeah. Zufu keeps wanting me to use a pet for the Druid class hall, and I really don't want to work on that. Druid class hall pet. I wonder which one, or what it is. I don't remember. Pardon me. I remember in Legion, I farmed, I like leveled alts and I did their class campaigns and the achievements and stuff. Not for alts that I actually wanted to play, but specifically for alts that had pets tied to their class hall. So I had a monk that I actually played a reasonable amount. Because of the monk pets. Oh, Brute. Brute. That's right. I mean, Brute's kind of cute. It's kind of a weird one to have come up. Alright, so we're down here. We are on Heroic. Dungeon difficulty Heroic. Couple Druid class wall pets. Putting that one off myself. Alright. Last time we were 0 for 4. Let's see if we can do any better with this one. This is a nice... I was going to say a nice little manageable piece of monk farming, but we'll wait to call it manageable for after we get more stuff. But, you know, daily locket. So we want shoulder guards and bane. That is not what we got. Also, must have turned my auto loot off for some reason. I did turn auto loot off. I know I was working on something that wanted me to do that. Hi, Hazel, bless you. Hi, JG Britt. How you doing? I am farming heroic mauve souls for the last 4 pieces of transmog I need. We all the things random rolled it yesterday, and I just kind of felt like dungeon farming for Mog. I don't even know if any of them are neat looking. I know the shoulders are kind of cute. We just got them in a different color, but now we need them in this color. 11 out of 12 of the class halls back in Legion. All but Monk still haven't done it yet. The Monk mount is hilarious because it roasts you for eating too many, like, buns. It tells you that you need to lay off the snacks because it has to carry you around. It's a little wild. The thing you are to remember was a BFA achievement, but that was not on this character. Got the horrible spider pet from Delves. I hate it. And I couldn't sell it on the auction house, so I straight up deleted it. Hideous thing. Oh. Oh, no. Alright. Sea Cursed Rat, Void Touched Wrist Plates. Let's go. Ooh, I got the wrists. That's one thing down. And then Seaworthy Deckhands from Helia will be good. That would be nice. Let's give it a try. Although she has 12 things she can drop, so getting something from Helia when you just need one thing from her is a little bit of a project. Really want to get them out. Monk is looking to be my next 80, so maybe I'll finally do it. Do you have a monk made already, or you still have to pick one? I can never stick to the same race for monk. I've had a lot of dwarf monks in my day. I don't really know why. I just like to imagine them brewing beer alone on the top of a mountain in like Dunmoreau or something, and then also doing, you know, monk-like things. What happened to Molly Wobbles? Oh, Molly Wobbles is fine. I was talking to somebody else's monk. Molly Wobbles is on my character screen somewhere. Mistweaver Molly Wobbles, the Mechanome monk. What if they were brewing kombucha? Would that change the race? What WoW race would, in their monk monastery, brew kombucha? Humans? Human monks? I'm trying to think of who would be that stereotype. Tauren? Like Volpera monks? That small but fierce energy is fun. I don't know. And I think kombucha, I just think like Portland hippies. Not that it's exclusive to Portland, but the Blood Elves are brewing kombucha. Did I get anything? I got some gloves, but they weren't the right gloves. What point does this question get offensive? Okay, we're heading out the door. We'll move another character out here. Portland has changed since you were here. Not many hippies anymore. Wonder where they went. Gotta go somewhere. Heard the term before, don't know what kombucha is. I actually like it a lot. It's me, I'm the kombucha hippie. It's a fermented drink. Here, let me find out. What is kombucha? Made from tea. It's like fermented tea. Tea, sugar, yeast, bacteria, fizzy, low in calories, slightly vinegary taste. Thought to have originated in China. That I actually did not know. Yeah, fermented, lightly effervescent. So it's like a little bubbly, it's a little sour, it's a little sweet. It's tasty. I find that it actually gets me a little tipsy. It contains trace amounts of alcohol. So commercial kombucha is 0.5% or less. Homemade kombucha can be between 1 and 2.5% alcohol. Percentage. Let's take a character that's maybe not in Nazmir. But I find that it gets me kind of buzzed. Sounds gross. Sounds different. May have to try it sometime. Refreshing on a hot day. Leaves my stomach feeling the same as when I do a shot of apple cider vinegar. Never in my life done a shot of apple cider vinegar. I did have a phase where I was washing my hair in it, though. That was a... that was a time. That was a whole branch of, like, hair care science. It was a whole thing. My hair did not like it, and I smelled like salad. I'm going to use my Dalaran Hearthstone. That's the one. Off to meetings. Have fun raid testing. Thanks, Zoldak. Have fun in meetings. Heightened sensitivity. Yeah, I am very, very sensitive to alcohol. Probably more so now. I haven't had a kombucha in ages. It's like very extra, but I won't have a kombucha and drive because I'm that much of a lightweight. I'd just rather not. I'll have it at home. I want to go to Maw Souls. That's the stuff. It'll go on the list for next time we go to the adult beverage superstore, along with mango habanero cider I heard about. Do they sell it at liquor stores? I feel like they might sell it at grocery stores because it's so low. Like, I know you can get it. Actually, I don't know. Might depend on locality. You can buy kombucha anywhere. Chance the mythic only phase for Galliux will involve the big cannon? That's why you drink it at home right before a stream starts. Oh, man. I could see me having a kombucha brewing phase one day just because fermenting things is fun. But I think I'm at least 15 years out from that. I have to go through candle making hazel and soap making hazel. And maybe the pickling era before we get to kombucha hazel. We just need to be careful if we ever have a carpentry hazel that I come out of it with all my fingers still attached. It's fun having stuff to farm again. I feel like I'm setting up characters for a mount farm, and I'm not. I just want like 3 pieces of random Mog. But they're not random. They're Maw Souls Mog. Brand called Synergy has a flavor called Trilogy. Really like that. Lumberjack Hazel with a chainsaw. I mean, that's just me playing Satisfactory recently, at least until I get my coal power set up. Yeah. They're loud. That's my biggest gripe with chainsaws is they're loud, but I feel like if I ever had to actually split wood and like remove trees and stuff, I would get on board the chainsaw train pretty quickly because it's not no physical effort, but less than a hatchet. Be careful with hatchets or have your partner nearby to help patch thumbs back up. Don't ask me how I know. Been bitten by a bug to get a few of my alts. Sitting at level 70 to 80 to gear them up a bit, which I am fighting. A little bit. Yeah, the most dangerous thing I have to deal with in my house right now is a cheese grater or a box cutter. But I've managed to keep my fingers mainly intact. Alright, we're hoping for... Oh, I don't have... Do I not have all the things on this character? How will I know? How will I know if I get stuff? It's not turned on. Hang on. Actually, no, that's not true. You're right. I do have a mandolin. It's not... I don't think it's Japanese. It's, I don't know. Amazon. But... no, I didn't get my thing. I need shoulder guards of Bane there. Sea Cursed Rat from Harboron, Seaworthy Deckhands from Helia. But I'm too scared to use the mandolin function on it. Also, I don't need anything sliced that thinly. I've been practicing my knife handling. The knife grip that the chefs on YouTube tell you to use. And then like the claw with the bent knuckle thing. I've been practicing that lately when I've been preparing food. I'm not very fast, but I'm making myself stick with it. It'll pay off one day. No, no scalloped potatoes anytime soon, I don't think. There are a few things I want to make. I just don't really remember what they are. I got a cookbook for Christmas, and I should really make at least one thing from it. It's just a cookbook filled with fancy recipes that want you to do things with lots of steps. And I'm just kind of waiting until I turn into a better person. Vastly prefer big, coarsely chopped veggies. What did I do? I put carrot sticks in my panini press, and I made grilled carrot sticks in the panini press because I was also grilling like something else. I forget what. And I had carrots, and oh yeah, I was making veggie burgers. Ooh, I got my Seacursed wrap. If I can get the Seaworthy deckhands, then I will only need to farm Heroic Amaron, and not the whole instance. This is the cloak that I was farming, by the way. It's not the ugliest cloak I've ever farmed, actually. I've seen worse. Brain doesn't like seeing my own blood. Goes on strike. Dollarama here is a couple of WoW cookbooks for $5. Tempted to buy them, try it. Ooh, yeah, for $5 for sure. Actual genuine Chelsea Monroe Castle WoW cookbooks for $5 at a Dollarama? Or are they like knockoffs? That's so weird. The hardcovers. Because it's a great cookbook. There's all kinds of good stuff in there. Those recipes have always turned out for me. Husband currently obsessed with making things in our panini press. Yeah, I'm on that journey too. Partly because it's new and partly because it's kind of big, so it's been just sitting on my counter, so I feel like as long as I use it every day, I don't have to find another spot to keep it. But yeah, I've been pressing stuff. Great place for pricey books that didn't sell very well. I've never even thought about books at the dollar store. I don't think I've ever seen a book at, I mean, what am I looking for at dollar stores? I used to get like plant pots and stuff because like I just needed a plastic container to hold a plant. I didn't need it to be fancy. Tons of books. Yeah, maybe I haven't been in a while. I have not grilled any eggplant yet. Haven't bought one. Darn it. Those are not my seaworthy deckhands. Yeah, move another character out here and try again. I miss my doggy. He's not on the dog bed. He's in the living room, don't get me wrong. He's like probably 5 meters away from me, but he's around a corner and I can't see him. How is Elixia these days? Retired. Probably feeling a little unloved. Yeah. She had her. She lived her days. She had her time. Maybe she'll be lucky and she'll get the Mog that I want from Heroic Maw Souls here. Be funny if you and Hazel end up moving around the same time. I need to get organized is what I need to do. And I think I'm genuinely going to create a stat weight system for ranking real estate listings to help me when I'm making decisions and assign different stat weights to things, to qualities like a second bathroom, a garden hose on the patio, covered parking, stuff like that. And figure out like how important XYZ thing is to me. A heat pump, lots of points. And then assign a stat weight so that I can go through and calculate like an actual Hazel value for a given property. And then use that when I'm like comparing and contrasting. Spiral slide into the pool. Pool is negative stat points. I guess that's a good point. I could have things be debuffs as well. Maybe I should only do it positively, otherwise I'm going to get myself too confused. Is it quiet? Businesses that are literally developing technologies like this for helping clients make decisions. Indoor water feature. That's something I could add. create a spreadsheet much like that, one of those HGTV house hunting shows. Because, like, I think I would be happy almost anywhere. Because the fact of the matter is that humans adjust. You may not love everything, but you can get used to a lot of things, especially if you can find the things that you like about it to focus on. And no matter what, I'm going to be assuming, you know, that barring like disaster or something really crazy, I'm going to be building equity. So there is a benefit to just getting into something and just doing it. And then at least, you know, my mortgage payments are building up some kind of value for me instead of just continuing to squirt my money into the endless abyss of rent. What are the stat points for a butler? Listen, if I'm going to have a butler, I'm going to need to make a lot more YouTube videos. We have a point that if a property reaches it, you know this is the one. Maybe, yeah. It's hard because there's so many... It's hard. It's so hard. Dungeon difficulty, heroic. You know, it's hard to make trade-offs. A lot of mine are basically how much peace and quiet and independence and privacy do I want versus how close do I want to be to everybody that I know and love. How much time am I willing to spend in the car while driving to visit people? Versus, you know, like, you can really take it to extremes. How fancy are you? So I live in a really expensive real estate market, and I have done all right, but I am not rich. As you might have guessed by the fact that I don't do very much. So the fact that I'm looking at all is kind of a small miracle. No, we did not get the thing we needed there. So it's not going to be so much like a pool versus butler thing, and it's going to be more like is this a good neighborhood versus, or not a good neighborhood, but like, is this a bad neighborhood? Versus, you know, like, is it noisy? Are the neighbors making illicit substances? Kind of situation, depending on how far away that I'm willing to get. And then depending on how far away I'm willing to get, it's like, well, how many hours do you want to drive to see people? How many days are you willing to be without power whenever the power goes out? That kind of thing. How will that distance impact you from seeing each other? Huge variable. Yeah. Some people are fortunate to have a rich family to lean on. Yeah, that's not so much my life. I'm kind of, I would love to one day be able to take care of my mother. It's not the case right now, but I would love to get there one day. But, I'm not, I'm not somebody that can have a house from the bank of mom and dad, basically. Can you safely walk Pupper? How far is store? Exactly, yeah, that's a really good point. At BC family often. 30-minute ferry ride, a little over an hour drive. You know, I keep thinking that if I move hours away from home, I'm gonna tell my mom, and my mom might cry. And I don't want to make my mom cry. I spent 8 years living really far away, and they were so happy when I came home. I'm not saying I'm like the bee's knees or anything. Like, I am an acceptable relative. I'm not like the best or anything, but you know.
Nothing sweeter than to die at sea.
All my friends that age that own property did it with inherited wealth, with the exception of one. By substances, we clearly mean kombucha. Listen, if my neighbors are homebrewing kombucha, then I need their number. Alright. Any seaworthy deckhands for me, Hillia? But it also doesn't necessarily have to be forever. If I move to a place and I live there for 5 years, 10 years, and I discover that it was actually more important to me than I thought to do XYZ thing, at least at that point you've built up some equity, hopefully, even if your values haven't gone up, but they might go up because everything's going up. And then you can look into it for your next property. Like, as much as it's nice to pick something really good your first time, people do move. You know, people move. Continuing to rent is an option. It's just, it's not a financially smart option. I'm losing money. The longer I do it, the more money I lose because I'm not building equity and because it's very possible that the market continues to outgrow me. and leave me behind. If there's a window in which I can get into it, it would be a really good idea for me to do that, especially if I can get into something that has a really... Basically, the cheaper I'm willing to live in, the better, because then I'll have a manageable mortgage. I'll be paying less interest. But I also need... It needs to be something I'm happy with. It's a whole thing. So yeah, continuing to rent is fine. And it's not urgent. I am still saving money. I'm not losing money living here. My savings are very slowly, but they are going up. So it's not the end of the world, but like... I don't want to just sit on my feet forever because of anxiety and then regret not jumping on something when I had a chance. I have a lot of stories from family members that had chances to buy things and they hemmed and hawed and kept renting. And then the market got away from them and they can't do it anymore. And they like it puts you in a real back foot later in life. There's a lot of scary stories I know from people that are in their 50s and they're in their 60s and the place that they were renting won't rent anymore. And they, you know, their rent was cheaper because they started renting it a long time ago and they just can't afford anything. You get forced out. And so... Have you considered marrying into money? Oh, dear. Is your rent lower than the combination of property tax plus insurance plus maintenance? If it is, renting is better. In the short term, though, even if your monthly expenses are higher with your mortgage and property tax, insurance, and maintenance, if you can manage them at the end of 10, 20 years, you're going to have a nest egg of equity. If you were renting and you were taking that extra money and you were investing it otherwise and you made good investments and stuff, then you could probably come out ahead that way. But, like it's not necessarily the case, especially with how expensive rent is here. It's kind of short-term versus long-term financial thinking. And I know myself, and I know that I am not the kind of person that is just going to make... that is going to be really proactive about investing my money. Like I have, you know, like various accounts and I like use the government things. I started doing that because my bank person made me and it was a good idea. But I'm like a medium level of financial literacy where I know not to spend money I don't have. I don't run credit card debt. I don't gamble. I stay away from crypto like the plague, that kind of thing. But I'm also not somebody who is super smart and capable and confident about having an investment portfolio and that kind of stuff because I just don't understand it well enough and I'm too risk averse to mess with it when I don't understand it. So real estate is kind of a good one for me because it's not a bad investment. It's also a place to live. And my money is at least working for me instead of just getting out inflated. I think. I'm going to Mossels. That's the one. Yeah, exactly. Equity is the thing. Equity is the dream. Further inland, Hope or something, live next to the Fraser River, fish every day. I would never see my family again. I would really like to stay on Vancouver Island, even though it is expensive here. My faraway options are kind of just like up island, as opposed to off island, because if I move a ferry right away, I'm not going to see them anymore. And it's important to me to continue to see them. There are nice places inland, though. Man, every now and then I'll take my budget and I'll be like, or like not even in other provinces, I'll be like, what can this get me in Saskatoon? And then, you know, weather notwithstanding, I'll go look and I'll be like, oh, no, everybody else works here. Their whole lives are here. And the nice thing right now is everybody's not only on the island, but they're all in Victoria. So right now I can walk to my sister's and I can walk to my mom's place. And I'm never going to live that close to them ever again. Yeah, but then you're in Saskatoon. What if I was like in Saskatoon, but I was just like housebound? I had a beautiful little house and I just never left it, you know? Just make sure it has a heat pump and then you just go inside for the winter like a bear. Invest using the reverse Kramer method. Never thought we'd be able to buy a house. One day we started looking for fun. 30 days later we closed. Things kind of fell into place. Some with anxiety, whoever plans thing, that still blows my mind. That kind of blows my mind. Gosh, that would be amazing. Need a gas furnace in Saskatoon. Do you think they have Saskatoon berries in Saskatoon? I also have family in Saskatoon. I just don't know them as well. But yeah. Would you guys be happy for me if I bought something? If I told you, you would be excited. I know it's my life and it's not yours, but like, would anybody be excited? I'd be excited. Yes. Due for a call with my financial advisor, which I've been putting off because I also only have medium investment literacy. I feel like investing, in making the effort to learn more about financial and investment literacy would be a really good investment, in myself. It sounds so boring and it sounds like it would be so hard to get through my head that I like don't want to do it because it sounds icky and gross. But that would probably be one of the best things that I could do for myself, would be to just like, I don't know, spend a couple of hours a week and do some basic level research. Because I'm sure there's lots of free resources that can teach basic stuff. But you know, whatever. Of course you'd be excited. It would be different stories as long as you were happy. Don't make a bad investment because you feel like you have to as an adult. Be prepared. I'm going to do the best I have with the resources I have available to me. Some of those resources are great and some of them are just getting by. Most of the ones that are just getting by are me and my brain. Some degree of frustrating wanting to see what you're getting versus privacy safety. Yeah. That is going to be kind of annoying, is when it does happen, I'm probably not going to show you guys very much because of privacy safety, especially like owning versus renting. I'm already fairly careful about like my location and posting stuff outside and whatnot, in that I don't because I do not want to get doxxed. And I'm renting. Like if it really happened, I could move. And if you're owning, it's a little bit of a different story. So I feel like you would get some inside pictures and everything else. I'm just gonna have to do via stories. Leave money in the market once it's in. Do not pull it out because it looks scary, because that's how you lose money. That makes sense. Hell yeah, will you please drop me some seaworthy deckhands? That would be great. That would be lovely. It would be so exciting though, if it was mine and I could, you know, I would pay my mortgage and I would be like, it's my house. I'm gonna come home to my, or condo or apartment or whatever. What's a good time of year to move? Spring? I know summer, but like, got a couple. I just need to get organized and figure out what to do. Maybe after I get my my 2024 taxes sorted, so I know exactly how much money I have and how much money I owe tax-wise. And because the last thing I want to do is put all of my savings into a down payment, which is not what you're supposed to do. But the last thing I want to do is put more savings than I should into a down payment, and then have CRA be like, actually, can you give us like 40 grand? And I'd be like, oops, no. Can we do a payment plan? Like, we don't want to go there. It'd be nice if that was all sorted. Early summer? Yeah, something like that. I no longer pay any taxes to the United States because I don't live there anymore. My money does come from there, but because I'm doing the work here, and because I am no longer in any way, shape, or form a citizen or resident, and I have been gone long enough, and I wasn't there for long enough, that I don't owe them anything anymore, which is great, because it gives me more options when I'm looking for accountants. I do have to do a lot of math with my income taxes, but I am ultimately only paying to Canada, which is nice. Spring, not winter, not summer. Especially if I do move somewhere more rural. The last thing I want to do is have to do it during snowstorm season.
No, this is not possible. What manner of creatures are you?
There's every chance, though, that I'm going to buy a place and I'm going to move my stream into it, and you guys are going to look at the wall behind me and you're going to be like, what happened here? Because a lot of the places that I look at that are in my budget are really ugly. Like, they have horrible paint jobs. And that's fine. You can repaint, and I will repaint, but I'm the kind of person that's going to move into the place, get settled in, and then repaint after, like, 4 years. So it might be ugly for a while. Did not get my seaworthy deckhands. Let's try at least one more time. Nice to see potential properties in winter if snow and ice are issues. Just know what you're getting into. Spring is usually when people schedule renovations, if you need any work done in the new place. I don't think I'm going to have any extra money to be getting work done in the new place, like, right away. I think the idea is going to be do it ugly. Hard to appreciate the seriousness. I mean, I'm not going to be moving more than, like, an hour and a half away from here, tops. So the climate might be rainier, but it's not going to be... I'm not actually moving to Saskatoon. Plus, I grew up in that area, so I do remember what it's like. I would not buy a mobile or modular home. It does not seem like a good investment, especially if it's a leasehold situation where you don't own the land that it's on and you only own the unit. Those almost never appreciate in value, and then you're kind of subject to the whims of whoever's renting your pad to you. That's kind of a no-go for me. One more. Let's do Night Flame, huh? Yeah, home inspections are pretty standard here. Ugly walls may prompt Hazel's green screen era. Lovely floral wallpaper. One of those pop-its on my desk. Sister came to visit, disappeared. Yeah, I picked it up from like the kids party favors section at a hardware store, and I've been using it on my desk for ages. It's great. It got a bath recently because I spilled some coffee on it, and then I was like, you know what, it's time to clean it anyways. People don't do them here, so it blows my mind. There was a time when people were waiving their rights to home inspections because the market was so competitive. It was like kind of pandemic-y, 2020, 2021-ish, where the market got so crazy and it was so competitive to try to even buy something that people were having to buy houses basically sight unseen with no conditions at all. And just nuts things going on. It's calmed down from there. Thinking of a condo, HOA fees just atrocious. Yeah, there's trade-offs. I feel like his armor needs more fire on it. Remember that in 2021 from friends looking to buy, they were floored. How do folks here clean their mouse and desk pads? I have a front-loading washer, and I just chuck it in the front-loading washer, and then I hang it up to dry. I have a couple of them around here, so we'll just rotate them. If mine gets dirty, I chuck it in the wash, and I take a clean one and I put it down. Because it takes like a day or two to dry. But they come out really good. I've never had one get damaged. I would not put it in a washing machine that has like an agitator. If that was my washing machine, I would probably scrub it by hand in the sink. When did you get the rocket? 2 years ago, I think. Whenever it was that they made it so that you had like a better chance in your first kill per day. I got lucky and it just dropped. Dad is doing that for the second time in a contract for a house he's never seen. Man, I mean, I signed a lease for an apartment that I'd never seen, but that was a rental, and I needed it in a hurry, and my criteria were, does it have a door? Do I get the keys? I did not. That was different, and it was a rental, so I was only there for like 8 months, and it was fine. Is it 5 weeks of getting the time walking buff? Something else. 5 weeks of getting the buff, yes. Somebody told me that you could cheese it by getting the buff on multiple characters within the same week. Like if you did 5 characters this week, then you could get it. I don't know if that's true, but that was a rumor that I heard around here. Washer's top load, needs a good scrub. Yeah, you could try soaking it in the tub or in the sink, in some dish soap in water, and then yeah, just give it a good scrub and a really good rinse. And that would probably do it. It's kind of satisfying and kind of gross seeing how much stuff comes out of like a mouse pad or a desk mat. Even if you don't spill stuff on it, like you don't notice how much dirt from just like your hands and oils from your hands build up on stuff. Tried an alt, did not count. Oh, there you go. 5 weeks then. No luck there. I think this is my last character, and then I gotta go for the day. Good to know about the alt. Saves me trying that. Thanks, guys. Use the furniture attachment on my Mac. Oh no. Man, there's a lot of leather gear that I need. Transmog I could get just for doing like War Within World quests, I guess. I guess it makes sense. I don't have a leather level 80. I have 2 mail and 1 cloth, so leather and plate. Also, I don't know what I'm doing over here. I don't know how to play a Demon Hunter. I'm pressing any button. We're hoping... We didn't get the shoulders from Imran, so we're hoping for the deckhands from Hylia. Next Plunderstorm starts 14th. Yeah, I need 2 specific things from Heroic left. I have everything from Normal and Mythic. We're hoping for a pair of gloves off Hylia here. Can I recommend a site called Wowhead? It tells you what buttons to press. Eh. If it ever becomes a problem to me. If I wake up in the morning and I go, you know what's holding me back is my lack of knowledge about my Demon Hunter buttons. They seem to be... Mobs seem to be dying, more or less. Ish. Ooh, I got a gray... A Curious Narthalas student staff. It's a soulbound gray item that has a Mog appearance. That's kind of cool. I'd never heard of that before. I guess back when you couldn't Mog gray stuff, it wasn't as big of a deal. Learning all the healers in the game. Play Preservation Evoker. Oh, I'm a Holy Priest main. I like me some Holy Priest. It's fun. I kind of remember how to play today because I'm going to be healing raid testing, I think. We'll see. World BOE greens and such an ATT. That's a good question. I don't think so, but I don't know for sure. I don't know where you would find them. Cloudmaster 9000 is engraved into the haft and a tuft of horsehair is attached to the other. What purpose could this possibly serve? That's got to be a reference to something. They do under zone drops. I'll check after this.
Embrace your fate, fools! No, this is not possible. What manner of creatures are you?
One thing I liked about doing instance runs and a ton of characters every day was that they would kind of, over time, they would kind of stock up on some gold from just vendoring stuff. You know, I'd finally get back around to them and they'd have like a 5, 6, 7,000 gold each, depending on what it was they were farming. Alright. 1 pair of seaworthy deckhands, please. Last chance of the day. No. Nope. No luck there. That's okay. Leave her outside. I can do more of these tomorrow. So, world drop category. Slash all the things. Oh yeah, there is a world drop category. How do I have 93% of them? That doesn't seem right. I do. I mean, there's a lot of stuff there. That's 7,000 items. Crazy. Ooh, the ones that I'm missing are expensive, generally. Slacking on, I know, slacking on my pickpocketing, right? Or lockpicking? Pickpocketing? There's 3 items. There's toys. The Decahedral Dwarven dice, the Worn Troll dice, and then the loaded Gnomish dice. Yeah, I did not know. That's cool. Oh. Sorry about that. I am wrapping up anyways for the day though. It was a real short stream. I'll be back for a proper length one tomorrow. I'm kind of gonna want to run this instance again to see if I can get the last 2 pieces of Mog. But I'm going to take some time to get set up and super ready for raid testing. I'll be back tomorrow for a full-length normal stream starting 9 a.m. Pacific. I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye!